I'm Craig Kenneth, a relationship coach and a psychotherapist. Every relationship is different and every breakup is different. Work with me and you'll get professional help on your situation. And if you're in no contact, focused on personal growth, my creative healing course is filled with hours of exclusive content. Available now at AskCraig.net. Hi there, I'm Coach Craig Kenneth.
I'm Coach Margaret.
And today we're going to be talking about where your anxiety came from. Anxiety, to some extent is a function,
Yes,
right? And
yes.
It keeps us safe. But not everybody has a healthy amount of anxiety.
Right.
There are things that happen to us in our life that cause us to become overly anxious to where it can take over your life and really have an unhealthy impact
Right.
on how you do in your relationships and managing your internal state
Yep.
and coping with stress. So we're going to be talking about this today. Margaret's got some interesting research that she wants to share.
And certainly we all have some anxiety we could be happy to get rid of. Okay. Recent research suggests that the caretaker of a child, mother or someone else, is not in tune with the infant. Now you hear a lot about this in the literature on early life, that some moms and babies are what you call attuned, meaning that they kind of tap into each other on almost an instinctual level.
Yeah.
And if you see a mother-baby combination, I saw one recently in a restaurant, where they're attuned to each other, you can see it. You can literally see it. They kind of move in sync.
Mm-hmm.
All right? And mom gets really good at anticipating what that baby might need, and therefore saving the baby some frustration of trying to squawk and let mom know he or she needs something.
Yeah, like if as a parent you
Yeah.
want to be proactive in, okay, the baby's probably going to be hungry soon, or the
Yep.
baby's getting tired, or the baby,
Yep.
and so if you could be proactive and kind of anticipating what their needs are, it can be helpful that the child isn't stressed out and frustrated all the time.
Right, exactly. And when we talk about people who have acute anxiety, you can be sure that this did not happen for them.
Margaret, there's nothing cute about anxiety. What are you talking about?
Nothing good. Nothing good in that on that count has happened.
I left you speechless.
Yes, you did. It's not easy to do. Research has also found that parent-child rearing practices tend to reflect the specific attachment patterns parents developed as children with their own parents. Thus, parents grow up with an anxious attachment and are inconsistent in how they relate to their children, which their children react to by establishing their own anxious attachment patterns. In other words, this is generational, oftentimes. And if this is the case for you, you certainly hope that your partner got something better, because he or she may be able to step in with a whole different way of doing this. And it's not always mother who has to tune into the infant. It can be dad.
Yeah.
Or any other caring person who's around.
Mm-hmm.
All right? Anxiously attached people engage in preemptive strategies in an attempt to avoid rejection. That's the underlying ultimate fear, rejection and abandonment.
Yes, it's terrifying. It feels like death.
Absolutely it does. However, their excessive dependency, demands, and possessiveness tend to backfire and precipitate the very abandonment they fear. I was just talking with somebody yesterday who kept saying, I kept telling her, don't leave me, don't leave me, don't leave me. And
I hate to say it, but it's very unattractive when somebody
Yes, of
keeps
course.
saying that,
Right.
and it turns people off.
Yep. Or they say, this person has such overwhelming needs, I could never meet them, Attachment theorists have observed that partners appear to be perpetually vigilant and somewhat histrionic. Okay? So if you're terribly anxious, then you're always on guard for any little sign, and can tend to be histrionic, really meaning demanding or kind of hysterical.
Mm-hmm.
They feel resentful and angry when their partner doesn't provide the attention and reassurance they feel they need.
Mm-hmm.
They often believe that unless they dramatically express their anxiety and anger, it is likely that the other person will not respond to them. Let me translate that into real English. You really feel like you have to have a hissy fit to get your partner's attention about how upset you are. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And I was talking with a very anxious person not long ago who kept saying, well, can't he see when he doesn't hold hands with me that terrifies me? Probably he can't, because that would probably not be the case for him or for many people in this world. If it's the case for you, that's fine, you make yourself clear. But can't he see? Probably not. Okay? And not necessarily a problem with him. How are our patterns of attachment supported by the critical inner voice? Now, we haven't talked about the critical inner voice for at least, 2 sessions, right? Mm-hmm. But heaven forbid we should leave it out of anything. We remember who talks about the critical inner voice. It's all of the Firestone family,
Mm-hmm.
okay? People with anxious attachment style have voices that support their beliefs that the world is an emotionally unreliable place, filled with uncertainty and the potential loss of those they love. Okay? The critical voices strongly influence the person's style of relating in an intimate relationship. Examples of the voice. Examples of these voice attacks. It's obvious that he or she is losing interest in you, mm-hmm. says the internal voice. Why isn't he or she more affectionate with you and hold hands with you all the time? He or she always has an excuse for not wanting to make love, mm-hmm. says the critical inner voice. And you're already anxious, of course, by the time this is happening. You're so needy and dependent. No wonder he or she doesn't like you. Mm-hmm. Okay? He or she doesn't love you as much as you love him or her. Now, these are real destructive thoughts, and these are those internal thoughts that our critical inner voice likes to use to help us be even more anxious than we already were. All right. How does a person transform an anxious attachment style into a more secure one?
A lot of work.
A lot of work. And I'll go back to something that I've said before. Dr. Daniel Siegel, a famous and popular psychologist, and our old friend Dr. Lisa Firestone, mm-hmm. recommend making sense of one's life experience. They suggest writing a coherent narrative which helps them understand how their childhood experiences are still affecting them in their life today.
And that's one of the big things that I had you develop in the course.
Absolutely. Yes.
I think it's 40-page long story of your life activity. It's broken down into 4 sections.
Yeah.
But that's one of the things
Absolutely.
that we did.
And beyond Dr. Siegel and Dr. Firestone, there are many, many other people saying that now. That the best way to make sense of your childhood is to try to write your own autobiography. It sounds like an overwhelming task, mm-hmm. but you do what you can in the time you have, and any exercise doing this at all is going to be helpful. In fact, say our 2 geniuses here, Dr. Siegel and Firestone, when one creates a coherent narrative, they say they actually rewire the brain to cultivate more security within themselves and in their relationships. It was one of the most productive things you can do. Get yourself a notebook. Scraps of paper always get lost. Get yourself a little notebook. Me at 3, me at 10, whatever you remember that day. You can fill in the blanks at your leisure. In couples therapy, both partners can go through the process of voice therapy, which helps them identify and challenge the critical inner voices that promote expectations of rejection and that fuel their feelings of anger. Mm-hmm. In their sessions, partners can expose their self-criticisms as well as their hostile, cynical attitudes towards the other person. I mean, it would be a big help to have your partner say, it isn't that I don't trust you, it's that I have this inner voice saying to me, you're losing interest and you're going to leave me any minute now. And, that could be extremely helpful. Generally speaking, in an effective couples therapy, both partners expose and challenge the critical inner voice and come to understand the source of their destructive thoughts and attitudes in the context of their earlier attachment. This approach provides an impetus for exploring new, more positive ways of relating. It frees people to experience genuine loving feelings and real security in their intimate relationships. But you got to deal with that critical inner voice, and it's really only in the last few years that we've understood its omnipresence and its power. Okay?
Helpful stuff.
Yeah.
A lot to think about, you know.
When this critical voice talks to you, mine did to me yesterday, and it said, "Oh, stupid, what did you do that for?" And I said, "Ha, now I know who you are. Back off."
Well, hopefully you found this interesting and helpful to your situation. Give Margaret a thumbs up and let us know in the comments section if you enjoyed this one and would like to talk about it again in the future. If you want to get our help personally, just go to my website, askcraig.net. Sign up for the coaching option that works best for you. I do email coaching and I do Skype. Margaret is available for Skype coaching.
If you feel that I can be helpful to you, please sign up.
But that's it for this video. I'm Coach Craig Kenneth.
I'm Coach Margaret.
And we will talk with you soon. To get my help personally, go to askcraig.net and click on Schedule Coaching and choose the option that works best for you. I do email coaching or Skype. To schedule a coaching with Margaret, click on Margaret on the top of the page and order a Skype with her. For the Knowledge Creative Healing course, click on the link at the top of the page and click Get Started Now.